Okay, how's everybody doing? Second video today. Sorry about the ending of that last video. Yeah, one day I'm running around passing out Bible tracts, and the next thing I know, I'm arguing with somebody on the street because they're flipping me off. I mean, I'm a real great Christian. I mean, but anyway, just the woman just irritated me. It's like, come on. I'm walking around, all of a sudden I notice she's giving me the finger in my video. And I mean, this is a public street. If you're not used to people in their cell phones and videoing, then I think you probably need to stay in your home. But I wasn't very nice to her, so I apologize. I should go apologize to her, but I don't know what's happened to her. Plus, when people do that, you don't want to interact with them. You just see they're having a bad day and you just got to stay away from them. So sorry about that. I didn't, like I say, I didn't look like a very good Christian for doing that, and that's definitely, my downfall too. I'm not the greatest guy in the world either. I make mistakes all the time. So anyway, I apologize for anybody that saw that. What I want to talk about this time is I want to talk about, the problem. First of all, I want to talk about the homeless problem. I don't know if that lady was homeless or not, but there's a massive amount of people in this state. I mean, California is full of homeless people. And more than you even know. You have to walk the streets. I walk the streets quite a bit because I'm always trying to get some exercise. And you see them everywhere. And this is a phenomenon that's I think it's pretty, it's a more of a modern day phenomenon than it is in the past. I mean, when I was growing up, I didn't know anybody homeless. I mean, that was something I couldn't even conceive of, is that people were homeless. I mean, all my friends had homes. Even the kids I knew that a family weren't very wealthy, they had homes. Everybody had a home. Even the migrant people had homes. People that were coming up from, Texas and Mexico to work in the fields, they even had homes. We even provided them homes when they came up and worked in the fields. We had migrant homes, so everybody had a home. So this is a huge, huge problem. And the reason for it is very simple. The affordability of a place to live. And it just has gotten out of range. It's gotten to the point where nobody can do it. You cannot go out, everyday ordinary person, and with your own labor and trading your time for money, make enough money to live here in Southern California. Most people. Maybe a few that have a very unique skill could do it, but most people, they're not going to do it. And that's caused a lot of people to go homeless. It just costs a lot of people, and it's caused a lot of problems and griefs in this community and in this state. And they're always, the government keeps throwing money at it, and it doesn't seem to make anything any better. And I fear that very, very, very soon people are going to, it's going to be illegal to be homeless, because you're going to get an administration in, like a Donald Trump administration, and he's bringing his pals and his buddies in, like Elon Musk and all these people that got a lot of money, Michael Saylor, and they're not going to tolerate these people living on the streets or acting badly like the lady did with me, flipping me off at the end of my video. I was doing nothing to her. We're in a public street. I had nothing, and she was directly, not that it bothers me. I don't care if she flips me off at all. But she was directly doing something to me. Not well, and like I say, it didn't make me mad. I just was a little like, hey, why are you doing this to me? That was trying to be vulgar in my video. I mean, I'm shooting a video, and I don't need to have somebody put some vulgar sign, and especially when I didn't even notice her. It wasn't like I was directing it at her and all, and I don't even know how much she got captured in my screen. And I mean, for her just to start, kind of being vulgar with me, I had no idea what. I wasn't directing anything to her. I said nothing to her before I did that. I promise you that. So yeah, this is a huge problem. This homeless problem. It all comes from that idea. Having a job is a joke. I've made a bunch of videos about that. If you're thinking about getting a job and making your way in this world, you got lots of luck with that one. So you got to do some really ridiculous thing. I see a few people making really good money on social media. A few other people are really, they get lucky with entrepreneurship. They do something, they come up with a good idea. Very few people are making a living with their own hands. It's got to be something very leveraged, very, very leveraged, social media, something like that. Or they're doing something really, really unique, really, really something that stands out, and maybe they make a little bit of money at that. And even that is very difficult to do. So this homeless thing is getting to be harder and harder and harder. And of course, I have sympathy for these people, because all of us are just a one bad thing away from getting homeless. I mean, any of us could have a health event, Any of us could have a financial problem, and all of us could just be homeless pretty quickly. So I'm not going to speak out too much about the homeless because, you never know what your future holds for you. So yeah, this is a huge problem. It's a huge problem because of the way our system's been, the way our money's been done, the way the money has been completely ruined. It has no value anymore, and the fact that we have this idea that jobs exist, and that somehow that's the way you make it in the world. That the blueprint for life is to be born, get a job, and make enough money to live. And that blueprint doesn't work anymore. So people have to get out of their comfort zone, do something a little bit special. And that's a little bit difficult to do, and especially in today's world where everybody's looking to do that. So that's how you get people flipping you off while they're walking across the street like I did, Probably someone that's just not having a good day, and probably somebody that realizes that, life isn't working out the way they expected it to work out. So now they're just pissed off at the world. And I walk around with a cell phone, and they're throwing vulgar, they're vulgar things at me, like saying, "Hey, F you" with your finger. So yeah, it's what it is. Thank God she wasn't crazy in doing that. And I've run into those people too. They'll be just like this girl was, and or lady, whatever. She wasn't that young. But anyway, they're doing everything she was doing, and then on top of that, they're yelling and screaming at you and being crazy. And I usually don't get too intimidated by people, but every now and then somebody comes along, and you're just thinking, I've never seen any homeless person be very violent. I've seen them be very irritated and agitated and scream and yell at you, but I've never had anybody yet pull a weapon on me or anybody throw anything at me or anything like that. But I've seen people that get really, really upset and be very, very animated. And I've seen that, a few times. So anyway, hope she has a better day. And hopefully people can start to realize that the world's working in a way that's against about 95% of the people. It's about 5% of the people out there the world works for. The rest of us, we're just struggling in this world. And that, and I don't know that it's going to get much better under Donald Trump. He's going to be elected here he's been elected, but he's going to take office here very, very soon. And we'll see how this turns out. But the homeless problem in Southern California is bad. It's really bad. And guys like Donald Trump are going to come in, and they're going to clean these people out, and they're going to put them in camps. And they're going to say, we're doing it for the betterment of the people that are trying to do something. So the people out here that are trying to run businesses, that have homeless people passed out on the street in front of their business, we're just not going to tolerate that anymore. And we're going to have to get rid of them. We're going to have to take them and put them someplace else. We're going to have to put them in a camp. We're going to have to put them out somewhere they're away from everybody. And they quit ruining property values and homelessness, making things so they put trash all over the place. They cause health problems. Yeah, we're just not going to tolerate it anymore. And we'll make homelessness illegal. And I think that's about what's going to happen here very quickly. It's going to be illegal. And you're going to have to find a place, or you're going to be put in a camp. I appreciate you watching.